Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Gadi and I post true crime videos here on this channel. I also do have a TikTok if you guys want to follow. I do post there every single day and a lot of you guys actually love my content there, and you guys have asked me to make more videos on YouTube, so that's why I'm here. I've been dying to dive into this case with you guys. Ever since I heard about it, I knew that I had to talk about it on my channel. This is a tragic case of 31-year-old Samantha Rementer, who was murdered by her boyfriend, 35-year-old Thadius McGrath. And she was actually murdered in front of her two daughters, one who was 4 years old and the other one was only 1 year old. So let's just start from the beginning. Samantha and Thaddeus met sometime in 2021. It wasn't really clear when exactly, but it was sometime after her previous boyfriend passed away. He passed away from a heart attack, and this man was actually the father of the two girls. So Samantha and this man had these two girls together and they were raising them together, and then when he passed away, Samantha and Thaddeus met, and then they both started raising these two girls in a home in Pennsylvania. There wasn't much information on how the relationship was, but after I tell you guys this story, you can pretty much make your own assumptions. What we do know is that Thaddeus had been in trouble with the law in the past. He was facing charges of child pornography, and we're still not sure if Samantha was aware of this. On June 8th, 2022, at 5 p.m., police received a call from a woman who said she was Thaddeus's mother, and she called police and asked them if they could do a welfare check on her son because he had called her earlier telling her that he was suicidal. When police arrived to the residence, they heard some sort of commotion and they tried to enter through the front door, but the door was locked. When they were able to finally enter the home, the first thing they saw was a little girl walking to the officer with blood covered all over her body. They then noticed that there was a baby sitting on the high chair, and the officer quickly ran and grabbed the high chair altogether and ran out of the house. The reason why the officer grabbed the high chair with the baby inside instead of grabbing just the baby was because he knew he had to re-enter the home and he had to leave the baby outside by herself with her sister. So he couldn't leave the baby unattended on the floor because, 1-year-olds can walk and move around. So he thought that by leaving the baby in the chair outside, the baby would be safe. When police re-entered the home, they started to hear some sort of moaning and just someone in distress. So when they walked into one of the rooms, they found Thaddeus, and he basically shot himself in the face, but he was still alive. When police continued to search the home to see if there's any other victims, that's when they walked into one of the girls' rooms where they found Samantha on the floor with her face bashed in and a lamp cord around her neck. And Samantha was clearly already deceased. That's when Samantha's 4-year-old daughter starts talking right away, and she tells police everything. The 4-year-old little girl told police, "Daddy killed mommy because she was annoying him, and then he accidentally shot himself." The little girl also told police that she tried to stop Thaddeus from hurting her mom. She even bit Thaddeus to get him off of her, but that really didn't do much. And she even said that she was very vocal, and she even asked him, she said, "Please stop, you're killing my mom." Can you guys imagine a 4-year-old having to experience someone murdering their mother and there's nothing they can do about it? She's probably gonna remember that and that image of her mother dying in front of her for the rest of her life, and that is just absolutely devastating. Even the 1-year-old was there when her mom was being murdered. I mean, she was sitting on her high chair and everything was happening in front of her. I don't think she's gonna remember any of that because I don't think 1-year-olds remember anything that happened when they were 1. But regardless, that is still sad to see. And when she grows up, she's gonna know that she was right in front of her mom when she got murdered. So the 4-year-old went into detail about how her mother was murdered, and I'm telling you guys, this is pretty graphic. She told police that her mother and her boyfriend, who she also calls Daddy, got into an argument and he lost his temper and he grabbed a stepladder and he started to hit her across the face with a stepladder. He then grabbed the lamp and he used the cord to wrap around Samantha's neck and he strangled her until her face turned purple and he knew that she was gone. By the way, guys, the lamp was still connected to the outlet when he was doing this, because when police entered the home and they found Samantha, they noticed that the lamp was still connected to the outlet and she was just laying on the floor with the cord around her neck. So sometimes investigators will doubt or question a child's statement just because if they are young, like in this case, she's 4 years old, they might think that the information isn't accurate. Or even, sometimes kids, they have an imagination or they think that they saw something, but they really didn't. But in this case, they knew that Samantha's daughter saw everything that happened on that day. Everything that she said to police sounded super accurate and her statement never changed. And when police walked into the home, everything that they saw was very consistent with what the little girl said. So Thaddeus was eventually taken to the hospital to get treated. Like I mentioned earlier, he tried to take his own life by shooting himself in the face, but he was unsuccessful and he did survive. After a few weeks of being treated and Thaddeus was more stable, that's when he was interrogated by investigators and he pretty much confessed to a lot of it. Thaddeus was interviewed on June 27th and he told investigators that on that day Samantha had made him mad, and that's when he grabbed a stepladder and bludgeoned her in the face with it, and then he grabbed a lamp cord and he strangled her with that. He also admitted that the 4-year-old girl tried to get him to stop by biting him, but he continued to strangle Samantha until her face turned purple. The 2 little girls are now in the care of Samantha's family, and my heart does go out to them. I mean, they lost their father the year before, and then a year later, they lose their mother to something super tragic and just devastating. So I really do feel for them, and especially the 4-year-old who had to witness the entire thing. I hope she does get therapy and all the help that she needs to get through this. Another thing that I do wonder as well, remember when I talked about Thaddeus having charges against him for child pornography? I do hope that, throughout this time that he was living with these 2 little girls, nothing happened, that he didn't hurt them in any way, because, I mean, if someone has that type of history, there is a possibility that, he could have done something to those 2 little girls, and, they are really young, so they might not even know if it was wrong. I don't even want to think about that, but I really hope that nothing happened to those girls while they lived with him. But I do hope that police investigate a little bit more in this and make sure that those girls are okay and, that nothing happened to them while they lived with this man. Once Thaddeus gets more stable and gets better from his injuries, he will be put into the Bucks County Correctional Facility. Thaddeus was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of third-degree murder, 1 count of endangering the welfare of a child, and 1 count of possession of an instrument in crime. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys for today's case, and this is a pretty recent case, so I'm not sure if any more information is going to be released. But I wanted to cover this case because it really did pull on my heart, and I just really felt for these 2 little girls, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel and watching my videos. If you can, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also go check out my TikTok account where I talk about true crime. I post every single day. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!